What's up, everybody? Thomas Brandon here. Welcome to the Brandons. Although I am flying solo today, my son's not with me. He'll be around later on in this video playlist because we've got our two bikes here. We got the 2000 YZ125 and the 2000 KX65 that we've got to get race ready. Yeah, we're going to be racing 25-year-old dirt bikes as rookies. So, hey, it'll be fun. But I got to get this thing ready first because we've got the most to do to this. This bike is actually pretty close. I just need to frame it and basically service everything, which I could literally do in probably a weekend. This one, though, I've got like a subframe mod I'm doing because I'm putting an updated restyle kit on it. With the gas tank, the seat, everything, and I got to do all the bearings, everything. Luckily, I've already done a lot of work to this. I've already rebuilt the entire motor on it. It's only got like 2 or 3 hours on the entire motor, so that's good. I'll probably throw a new top end in it before the first race because I do plan on practicing, getting some practice in. I got to get some practice in before my first race. I can't go out there and kill myself. So yeah, but first things first, we got to get this torn apart before we get anything, before we get to work on this bad boy. So that is what we're going to be doing here first. I've already wrote out a list of everything I got to do, which is always a good thing if you're going to be doing a project, whether it's like a full-on like resto build, you know, where you're going to be, you know, trying to do some kind of like MX revival build like those guys do, where literally every single thing is touched, it's Cerakoted, powder coated, chrome, nickeled, whatever. Or even in the case like this, where I'm going to be doing what I would call like a functional rebuild, which is I'm not looking to bling everything out. I don't care about that. I'm looking to have a bike that I can go out, race, have fun, and not get hurt on. That's the main thing. I need the thing to work. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So I'm going to put the camera down, grab my tools, and we're going to get started. Really quick, sorry for the mess. We're like redoing the bathroom and changing stuff in the garage. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, apologies. But anyways, let's get to work. So one of the things that I like to do with these is, when I'm taking them apart, is just leave as much stuff on the subframe as I can so I can just pull it off in one piece. It just makes it easier. That's the tank. I leave that right there. It's tight on that carburetor. This bike has been just full of surprises. The guy that I got it from, he said it was an 01. I did not do my due diligence when I was buying it. I was in such a hurry. I was happy that I found a deal because my son had been riding for a while and I was having to borrow a bike. And it was stupid of me to be in such a rush. And I got the bike. The person who had it before me was just he's kind of a kid. At least a kid to me. But he had to sell it because he was moving. He was moving away, he couldn't take the bike with him. He only had it for like 2 months. In the 2 months that he had it, he probably took it out and rode it a bunch. in a field behind his house. He told me he would take it out and ride it in a field, but he never washed it. The thing, it was filthy. It had a cracked gas tank, which was why it was only, you know, $1,000. And I snatched it up, and I shouldn't have. It was a mistake. The guy who owned it before him had done work to it. He said he had rebuilt the engine. He said he had resprung the suspension. The guy who, the mechanic, we'll call him Fred. Fred knew just enough to get himself in trouble. He knew just enough to cause a problem. Meaning, the suspension was wrong. He had the seals and he had things in upside down. They were in there the wrong way. When I first got the bike, the first time I went out and I was trying to, you know, I went over just a couple little rollers, that it felt like I had like just solid steel rods. It like did not move. I thought the front end was bound up. I, you know, checked everything, still nothing. I've had the suspension serviced by the guy I'm going to have it revalved by, and he was like, yeah, this stuff was in backwards. The motor, he put a new top end in it and stuff like that. The bottom end was shot. It had a bunch of play in it. I had to rebuild the entire motor, and that's when the bike got its name Jezebel, because it's been a heartbreaker. And every bearing in this motor was shot. Every single bearing was shot. So luckily I bought an entire rebuild kit, because I had to replace every bearing, every seal, everything in this bike is new. In the motor, just new. And the clutch will be new. It's, you know, it's just everything on it has been was not what it had seemed, and that is my fault. I should have done more due diligence. Like I said, you know, this bike that we got for my son was a great pickup, and because I did my due diligence and I looked into it and checked it and wrote it and did all these different things, got it for a great deal. The bike's been awesome. This one was in a rush, you know, just was excited to be riding with my son and wanting to get my own bike and stuff like that, and jumped the gun, and I should not have bought this thing, because it's been a headache. It's been a real headache. So that's why we're doing this, because I'm at a point now where gotta race this one, otherwise I'm gonna have to sell this one, then find another one, and you run the chances of going through that again. So we'll use this one to learn on. That's fine. I like working on bikes anyways, so luckily, because I had to do a lot of work on this thing, and my son's been, you know, learning how to do it as well. So yeah. So we can get the fuel drained out of it. One piece of advice: if you live anywhere like I do in the great state of California, where you basically every fuel that you get has got ethanol in it, you know, like 10% ethanol, don't leave it in the bike for like, you know, if you're not going to be riding, you know, for a while, if it's going to be a few weeks, you dump the fuel out of it. At least get it out of the carburetor, because it's going to gum everything up. It causes moisture. It's just it's horrible gas. But unfortunately, around here we don't have we can't get anything else. It's got to have ethanol in it, unfortunately. And I'm not going to spend ridiculous amounts of money buying VPC 12 as a flippin', 41 beginner vet. There we go. Alright, there's our shock. I'm just gonna get that to our guy today. Gotta get that to him today. I gotta get these forks. I gotta get that wheel off. Gotta get these forks out, because I gotta get going to work, and I need to have this suspension to take to my guy. thing should slide out nice and easy. If you got to beat on it with the hammer, it means it's got load on it. So just take the load off, it'll be good. Now I'm going to stick this axle right back through here. So I've got all the spacers and everything on here. I want to keep them, don't want to lose them. I'm going to put it right back through here. We'll polish this out later. All right, so now we can get these forks out. So let's see what we got here. I'm almost scared. I almost don't even want to do this. It's kind of like ignorance is bliss type of thing. So I'm hoping. Oh my goodness. That bearing is good. That is amazing. Let's see. This top. I don't believe it. This bearing's good too. Huh. Awesome. That is a very pleasant surprise. All right, so that's gonna do it for today. We got the suspension out. We got the main stuff that I needed to get done. I will be getting the motor, swing arm, all that other stuff off here later. I gotta get to work right now and gotta go pay the bills. So I'll pull that off later. I won't do a video on that, but I'll show you guys when I get into the re-greasing the bearings and when I paint this frame, because I'm going to be using a different kind of stuff on this frame. I'm not going to be powder coating it. I'm not going to be using just like a spray paint. I'm going to be using the stuff called Steel It, and then show you the restyle kit and all stuff like that when it comes, which it should be coming here any day, because we got to get that thing mounted up. We're going to have to make some brackets and some mounts for it, especially on the gas tank, I believe. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Like I said, my son's not here in this video, but he'll be around a whole lot. We got a lot of racing coming up. It's only January of 2025. And really quick apology. We've actually recorded like 3 or 4 other videos, and we had issues with every single one of them. Audio issues, recording issues. We had a couple of videos that we had done when we were actually out at the track riding, me and him together, and they were really good, and there was literally no audio. I don't even know what happened. Apparently I had a setting off or something. I don't know. So I have another YouTube channel, a whole other online business. I've been making content and doing stuff like this, live streaming and things like that for years. But that's very easy compared to this. When I'm actually up carrying cameras, moving cameras around, different locations, all the things like that, it's a whole other ball game, and I'm not quite used to it yet. So sorry it took us so long to get another video out, because we had recorded a bunch, and there was no salvage. But anyways, you guys, that'll do it. Thank you very much as always, and until next time, take care.